No comparison, eh? And that's news at 10 from Alistair and from me. Good night.
Sport on Central tonight comes from Lisbon's Stadium of Light. Exclusive highlights of the European Cup Winners' Cup final between Monaco and Werder Bremen follow in 10 minutes.
When something strange or puzzling works beautifully, do you need to know how? If it works, why worry? How have we, for example, made our washing machines work harder for you, yet oddly save water and energy? Made powerful dishwashers that are mysteriously quieter, and made fridge compartments that strangely keep food fresher. You don't need to know how we've done it. Just that at Electrolux, we have.
This is Separate Tables. Mr. Berg's hit single from the long-awaited new album, Power of 10. Power of 10, the album, out now.
Acetylone, your solution to indigestion.
For more information on the Procon 10 safety system, phone Audi on 0800 585 685.
The irresistible taste of Kellogg's Golden Oatmeal Crisp has got you into trouble again. How do you defend yourself?
Did you eat all the Golden Oatmeal Crisp?
I don't have to answer that.
Did you eat all the Golden Oatmeal Crisp?
Well, you're the one holding the box.
Did you eat all the Golden Oatmeal Crisp?
What Golden Oatmeal Crisp?
Kellogg's Golden Oatmeal Crisp, with delicious honey-coated oats, raisins and almonds. An open box is an empty box.
The chances are the television you are now watching is 50 hertz. If you take a close look at the screen, you'll see that it flickers. On a new Philips Matchline 100 hertz television, that doesn't happen. Of course, it has NICAM digital stereo sound, but now the new Philips Matchline with 100 hertz technology offers a visibly clearer picture. Now, let Philips open your eyes.
In the past 25 years, Weight Watchers has helped millions of people to lose weight. Now you can give a kickstart to your diet with Weight Watchers' new Super Start and still eat the foods you enjoy. They all lost weight with Weight Watchers. Why not join them and give your diet a Super Start?
Join now and your registration is free. Save £8. For your nearest meeting, phone 021 233 2383 or see Yellow Pages.
This is as loud as our new dishwashers get. The new low-noise dishwasher from Electrolux.
Anglo-Saxon attitudes coming soon to Central, where temptation is just a question.
Could we be lovers again, Dolly?
You know, all you've ever had to do is whistle.
And intense passion and desire hide the reality of the truth.
Marry me, Dolly. I can make you happy. You know I can.
I want you to make me happy.
Where the mystery and intrigue of the past cannot be forgotten.
It's all in the past now. No, it bloody well isn't.
Anglo-Saxon attitudes coming soon on Central.
Hello there. Well, it's been a lovely warm day across many southern parts of the country today, and I think there's more of that to come, particularly for the south tomorrow, but something of a change up in the north and west. We had a lot of cloud around today. That's worked its way across the country, and I'm afraid there's going to be thicker cloud up here in the north and west coming into Scotland later on tonight to bring the rain down across the country tomorrow. So we pick up on tonight's story first of all, and that's where the rain is, affecting those more western and northern parts, perhaps sinking slowly down to Cumbria by the end of the night. But for the bulk of England and Wales, I think it's generally a dry night, but mild, with a fair deal of mist and fog around these western coastal fringes. So tomorrow morning we start with the rain across northern western parts over Northern Ireland, sinking slowly south throughout the day, but as it does so I think becoming fairly patchy and drizzly in nature, so the thicker cloud down to those central bits by the middle of the day, but for many southern eastern parts staying mostly dry with some good bright spells. Showers following later on into the far north and west, and perhaps one or two of those showers turning heavy and thundery later in the day. Temperature-wise, tomorrow a very good day in the south, 21's probably the max, that's 70 Fahrenheit. Up in the north and west, much chillier with that fresh northwesterly breeze coming in with those cooler, fresher airs. So there we are, a warm day in store tomorrow for the east, but colder in the north. Good night.
Good evening from the Central Newsroom. A Birmingham inquest has heard how a prisoner was found dead hours before he was due to stand trial accused of murder. The hearing was told that David Taylor took a massive drugs overdose in his cell at Winson Green Prison. He was to have appeared in court at Worcester that day accused of killing his girlfriend.
The inquest heard that Taylor was found dead in his cell after swallowing up to 75 tablets. He was on 3 tablets a day for depression in prison, and prison officer Leslie Cooper said Taylor could easily have stored up the tablets over a 3-week period. Taylor was found in his bunk with a plastic bag over his head in the cell he shared with 2 other prisoners, but the inquest was told that there was no evidence that the bag had contributed to his death. On the day his body was found, he was due to appear at Worcester Crown Court, accused of killing his 35-year-old girlfriend Jackie Pedlingham. His sister Linda Allen told the hearing earlier that her brother had threatened suicide in a letter written a few weeks before his death. A number of notes were found in a box under Taylor's bed in which he'd written that he didn't want any prison staff blamed for his death. He said, "I don't want to survive, not even if I only have 2 years in prison, so I don't want anyone giving them a hard time." The hearing continues tomorrow.
A 72-year-old woman is seriously ill in hospital after being hit by a car that was being followed by the police in Birmingham. Margaret Nicholas suffered a fractured skull and broken legs after the collision on a Pelican crossing in Erdington. Her condition is described as stable. A 22-year-old man is being questioned by the police. The Animal Liberation Front has claimed responsibility for an attack on a leather shop in Wolverhampton. Several large windows were shattered and the damage runs into thousands of pounds. It's the second such attack in the town in 2 days.
Windows were smashed at the World of Leather showroom in the early hours of this morning. Damage of £8,000 was caused. On Monday, incendiary devices were planted in the cabs of refrigerated meat lorries in the town. Police are concerned that a cell of the Animal Liberation Front may be operating locally.
It may well be that the people responsible are from Wolverhampton, but these people could travel, so we have to look at that possibility.
It's the 3rd such attack on the leather shop. There were 2 others last year. The Animal Liberation Front has said it carried out all 3. How can you defend attacks on places like the meat wholesalers and on the leather shop?
Well, when one considers that there are over 700 million animals and birds killed every year in this country alone for food which we don't need, reared, transported and slaughtered in dreadful conditions, the activists are only damaging property which has no feelings.
The Animal Liberation Front claims no life is ever in danger because of their attacks, but police say they're worried that someone will get hurt.
A West Midlands detective is being questioned tonight by police called in to investigate allegations of corruption. The officer, whose name has not been released, was arrested last night.
The arrest of the officer comes 4 months into a police inquiry over allegations of corruption within D Division, which is based here at Queens Road Police Station at Aston in Birmingham. The inquiry is being carried out by the Leicestershire Constabulary, headed by Chief Superintendent David Baker. A spokesman for the Police Complaints Authority said the arrest related to various matters, including allegations of the theft of scrap metal. The officer was arrested last night and released on police bail to reappear for further interviews today. The inquiry, which started in January, is still looking into claims that West Midlands officers took bribes. Meanwhile, the final outcome of an unconnected police inquiry into the West Midlands Serious Crime Squad is also still awaited. Recently, the Chief Constable, Ron Hadfield, criticised the slow progress of that inquiry. No decision has been taken about files submitted to the Director of Public Prosecutions, and several detectives say their careers will be left under a cloud until the matter is resolved.
4 elderly members of a swimming pool club took to the waters today, but not for a swim. Rather than going for their usual dip, the 4 performed a more spectacular feat for charity.
Forget the water babies, these are the water grannies, about to put their pensions on the line, all to raise money for charity. None of them had ever water skied before. They were led by 73-year-old Gladys Stone.
It's a one-day course we have to learn, just today.
Are you worried?
Oh, I've got to admit, yeah, but we're committed to it. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Today's unusual sponsored event was organised by the Beaumere Water Ski Centre outside Condover.
Okay, just rolling forward like that, rolling forward, that's good. Excellent.
The Mayor of Shrewsbury, with his feet firmly on dry land, was at hand to wish Gladys good luck. Out on the 25-acre lake, the club's owner, Chris Graham, gave Gladys some encouragement.
Gladys, can you start to stand up now? That's good, well done. Let go.
Afterwards, one of the club's youngest members, 8-year-old Luke Jetley of Shifnal, showed them all how it should be done. These sporting super grands have got some practicing to do before they're as good as Luke, but they're determined to do it.
I'm sure they will. That's it from all of us here on Late News. We'll be back bright and early at 5 to 10. Hope you'll join us then. Bye-bye.
It's a really mild night for us tonight. There's a westerly airflow keeping temperatures from going any lower than 9 Celsius. It's going to be dry for most of us with thicker cloud across the north of the region. Could be the odd shower for the hills there with that tonight and tomorrow morning, but going to be some good sunny spells to start everywhere else off with tomorrow, and staying quite bright most places through the afternoon. Just that thicker cloud coming into the north later on, bringing a bit of drizzle with it. Breezy but good temperatures tomorrow, up to 18, maybe 19 Celsius in the sunnier parts. It's into the mid-60s Fahrenheit for Thursday.
There comes a time when this week is above the law. 8:30 this week, 9 o'clock LA Law, Thursdays on Central.
Next on Central, exclusive highlights of tonight's European Cup Winners' Cup final between Monaco and Werder Bremen.
Flora, high in polyunsaturates, low in saturates, and low in cholesterol. For your blooming generation.
In the third world, millions of people still face starvation. If they had fertile land, their own seeds and tools, they could grow their own food. We are working to get all these things into the hands of the poor, because we believe in life before death. Do you? Please help us in Christian Aid Week.
A real Saturday night mystery from the pen of Agatha Christie, where everyone is a suspect.
My son is dead, Dr. Caffrey. They hanged him for something one of you did. Somebody got away with murder just because I wasn't here at the right time.
Agatha Christie's Ordeal by Innocence, classic Saturday night sleuthing at 10:15 on Central. On Saturday at 9:15, we begin a new 4-part drama based on the real-life adventures of 2 Vietnam War correspondents. Frankie's House, one of this weekend's highlights on Central.
Cup has always had a special place in the affections of British fans. In 1963, Tottenham thrashed Atletico Madrid to win our first ever major trophy. 20 years later, in Gothenburg, Aberdeen became the first winners from Scotland, defeating the might of Real Madrid. A year ago, 2 goals by Mark Hughes helped Manchester United to an exciting win over Barcelona.
It's a fantastic goal by Hughes!
Tonight in Lisbon, a new name will be inscribed on the famous old trophy. Will it be Monaco, whose rise to fame in French football was sparked by the arrival of Englishmen Glenn Hoddle and Mark Hateley? Or will it be Werder Bremen, hoping to become the first winners from Germany since Hamburg 15 years ago? Well, tragically, this major occasion in the football calendar has been marred by the terrible events in Corsica only 24 hours ago when so many football fans died. But the mood of the French nation is that this game should go ahead. It's a very difficult situation for the Monaco players, preparing for the biggest moment in their careers, knowing that their nation is in mourning. Nothing, of course, can compensate for the tragic loss of life. But their wish now is to become the first French team ever to win a European trophy, and so try to bring a little light to the darkness over their nation. Monaco have 3 players from the African continent and a Portuguese international, Rui Barros, a great favourite here, and a man who will certainly ensure that Monaco get the support of the locals in Lisbon. Werder Bremen are one of the most consistent teams in the German Bundesliga. They always seem to finish in the top 5, and they won the championship itself 4 years ago. It's a pretty old and experienced squad, and their overseas stars are from Norway, Czechoslovakia, and they have the New Zealand international Winton Rufer, who spent a short time at Norwich City after playing for New Zealand in the 1982 World Cup finals.